Hello listener. So today we will discuss about engines in this subject. So now as we all know that an internal combustion engine is a heat engine which convert the heat energy into mechanical energy. So the heat energy can be converted into mechanical work and mechanical work can be converted into heat energy. As we all know that the mechanical work is a high grade of energy, work is a high grade of energy, whereas the heat energy is a low grade of energy. So 100% conversion of mechanical work can be done into heat energy, but the 100% conversion of heat energy cannot be done into mechanical work. But conversion is possible in either direction. So there may be some loss. So we can say that internal combustion engine, IC engine, is a heat engine. It's a type of heat engine which convert the heat into mechanical work. It's converted into low grade of energy, the heat into a mechanical work. So so through engine we can convert the heat energy which we developed by the fuel and it will convert into mechanical work, and then mechanical work is used to run our vehicle. Heat energy and mechanical energy are interchangeable. So now this is the diagram of four-stroke diesel engine. You can see four-stroke diesel engine. So you can see the as you all know the difference between diesel engine and petrol engine. In diesel engine, you can see fuel injector is there at the top, whereas in the petrol engine, spark plug is there. So there are the four stroke, suction stroke, compression stroke, working stroke, power stroke, and exhaust stroke fourth. So here you can see in this diagram. So this is the first one is the suction stroke. So here you can see this is the inlet valve and this is the exhaust valve. So during suction process, the inlet valve is open, whereas the exhaust valve is closed. So as the inlet valve is open and the piston will move from the top dead center to the bottom dead center. As the piston will move, it will suck some air. It will suck some air into this chamber. So as the piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center, some air will suck inside the cylinder. You can see this is the cylinder. This is known as cylinder, and this is the inlet valve. This is the exhaust valve. This is known as piston. This you can see this is cylinder here. This is known as piston. These are the piston rings. Here in the top, this part is known as fuel injector, and this is the connecting rod. This is the small end of the connecting rod. This is the big end of the connecting rod. This is the crank, and this is the crankshaft. So this is our suction stroke. So, so you can see this is the compression stroke. The second stroke is the compression stroke. In this compression stroke, now the piston is in bottom dead center. So in the compression stroke, the piston will move from bottom dead center to the top dead center. And in this case, both the inlet valve and the exhaust valve will remain the closed. So as the piston will move from the bottom dead center to the top dead center, what will happen? The air which is already present during the suction stroke, it will compress. So piston will compress the air till the top dead center. And third stroke is our working stroke. In the working stroke, both the inlet valve and the exhaust valve will remain closed, but through the fuel injector, the fuel will be injected in the spray forms. So since high compressed air is there, and as the fuel is injected, due to the pre-ignition temperature is reached, and the fuel will burn. So the fuel will burn and the power will develop. So this is known as working stroke because the main power is developed in the this third stroke. This is the main stroke. So as the combustion will take place inside the cylinder, the piston will move from the top dead center to the bottom dead center. So this is the third stroke is known as power stroke, and this you can say this power is further transmitted to the flywheel, which store the power which is used further for the next round of strokes. So this is the fourth stroke and exhaust stroke. In this, the exhaust valve will remain open and the inlet valve will remain closed, and the piston will move from the bottom dead center to the top dead center. You can see in this diagram, the piston will move from bottom dead center to the top dead center. Here the inlet valve is closed and the exhaust valve is open. So all the combustion gases, exhaust gases will move out from the cylinder in the exhaust stroke. After the exhaust stroke, again the suction stroke will start. So in this way, the four-stroke diesel cycle will repeat itself. So now moving further, you can see two stroke. You can see here the diagram of Otto cycle. Perform two stroke to complete one working cycles. It's one of the theoretical Otto cycle. Here you can see the diagram. You can see petrol mixture. Here you can see in the petrol engine what is there. Spark plugs are there. At the top you can see this is the main difference between the petrol engine and the diesel engine. You can see the spark plugs are there here at the top. So here you can see the combustion will take place in the two stroke of the cycle instead of four. So the fuel is also in the at the top. You can see inlet and two ports are there. So fuel can also be stored in the top and the bottom. Piston move from bottom dead center to top dead center. Air fuel mixture is drawn in through inlet. Supply of petrol air mixture is cut off in upward motion of the piston. So as the piston move in the upward direction, supply of the petrol air mixture is cut. Here, as you know, that in case of diesel engine only air is sucked, but here in case of petrol engine, the mixture of air plus petrol is stuck into the cylinder. Further, piston will compress the air petrol air mixture in the inside the cylinders. Due to this, the burnt gases are expelled out in the process is called the scavenging, the removal of burnt gases. At the top, after the mixture is compressed, the spark plug ignite the mixture and the combustion takes place. Here you can see this is a diagram. Here it shows all the part. This is known as camshaft. Here you can see camshaft is there. So these are cams. These two small you can see cams are there. This is cams. In between the cam is camshaft is there. So camshaft. So cams are mounted on the camshaft. So you can in the case of multi-cylinder engines, so different types of engines are mounted on the same camshaft. So through the timing gear they operate. You can see this is the valve spring and this is our inlet valve and this is our exhaust valve. So inlet valve and exhaust valve are operating through our cam and camshaft. You can see here you can see this is the this outer part, this whole part is known as cylinder block, and this green color you can see this is the cooling water, because due to combustion lots of heat generated inside the cylinder. To cool down that engine, so water jacket is used. So different types of engine are there. Water cooled engine are there, air cooled engine are there. We can see in the two-wheeler you have seen. In the case of two-wheeler, what we are using the fins. You can see fins are there in the engine. Those are used to cool down the engine. Here you can see this is the connecting rod. This is the connecting rod, and this is our connecting rod. Crankshaft is there, and this hole is known as bottom part is known as crankcase. In this crankcase, oil are also there, which is used for the lubrication purpose. So that is also stored in the crankcase. This is known as piston. This is known as smaller end of the connecting rod, and this is known as the big end of the connecting rod. This hole is cylinder block, and this is the top most part is known as the cylinder head. And this in the center you can see spark plug is there. So this indicates that this is the two-stroke engine. So here the diagram of 4-stroke diesel engine. You can see suction stroke, a compression stroke, working stroke, and exhaust stroke. So in case of diesel engine, you can see only air is sucked, and in the top you can see fuel injector is there. So only air is sucked and fuel injector is there. So fuel is injected when the air is compressed. After compressing the air, we inject the fuel. So on reaching the self-ignition temperature, the fuel will burn. So in case of diesel engine, there is no spark plug is there. Here you can see this diagram. So different parts are indicating in this diagram. This is a symmetric diagram. You can see inlet valve is there, exhaust valve is there, cylinder is there, piston rings are there. Here are the piston rings. So to prevent any leakage of the fuel from the top part mixture to the bottom part, So to prevent any kind of leakage, piston rings are mounted. This is also act as a lubrication. So the no wear should take place to our piston. You can see how through the connecting rod and the crank, this our timing gear is mounted, and which is used to perform these cams. You can see these cams, and through that cams we operating the inlet and exhaust valve. So these all are interrelated. It is designed in such a way. You can see flywheel. Flywheel is also mounted to this crankshaft. The flywheel is mounted. So during power stroke, the extra power should be transmitted to the flywheel, so that uninterrupted supply of the power will be there. So different parts are cylinder, piston rings, connecting rod, crank and crankshaft, valves, flywheels, crankcase. The bottom part, this bottom part is known as crankcase. Cylinder, part of the engine where fuel is burnt and power is developed, is known as cylinder. Inside diameter is called as bore. So inside diameter cylinder is known as bore. Sometimes it is written as bore diameter in several numericals. Sleeve is fitted tightly in the cylinder to prevent wearing of the blocks. So to prevent the wearing, the sleeve is fitted inside the cylinder. So inlet and exhaust valve are closed. Piston will move from bottom dead center to top dead center. Cranking required in first cycle. Air will be compressed to a ratio of 1 to 20. Diesel oil is sprayed into the cylinder by injector and auto ignition takes place. So they are talking about, this is talking about diesel engine. So what is happening? Inlet and the exhaust valves are closed. I already told you, piston move from bottom to center to top dead center. Cranking required in the first cycle. Air is compressed to almost 1 to 20. Whereas in petrol engine, the mixture is compressed around 1 to 12. 1 to 15 is known as stoichiometric ratio. Working stroke, second piston move from top dead center to the bottom dead center. Both the inlet and the exhaust valves are closed. Burn gas is generated energy and forces the piston to move down till the injection of the fuel is complete. So now to come to the conclusion part. So here you can see this diagram. This is a complete diagram of engine block. Here you can see 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 pistons are there. So 4 connecting rods are there, but the shaft is uncommon. So because it is all this is a case of multi-cylinder engine. 4 cylinders are there. So all the power is transmitted to the same engine to run the same vehicle. So they are mounted together so that the power is generated 4 times. That can be mounted, transmitted to the shaft is common. So finally this is transmitted to the same vehicle and same engine. So thank you for